Hey everybody, it's Teacher Angelina here. Hope everybody's doing well. All right, so in today's video, we are going to be talking about TOEFL speaking section task 1. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys some ideas and some pointers about TOEFL speaking section task 1. All right, I'm going to help you guys out with this speaking task. So in today's video, we're going to cover a few things. We're going to cover task 1 instructions. What will they ask you to do? We're going to cover question types. What types of questions will they likely ask you? And we're going to go over a few answer examples. I'm going to give you a few examples on how you can answer the questions. I will not be giving answers 100%. However, I will kind of guide you through how you can answer the questions. All right. So what are the instructions? What will they be asking you to do in this particular task? They're going to be asking you to answer a question based on a familiar topic or a personal experience. You might be familiar with the topic, you might not be. It's possible that you won't be, but it's also possible that you will be familiar with it. So they're going to ask you questions relating to a familiar topic or some sort of personal experience, okay? They will give you time. How much time will you actually have? You'll have 15 seconds to prepare your answer, and you'll have 45 seconds to actually speak your answer. Okay? 15 seconds preparation, 45 seconds to speak. I know some of you are thinking, what am I supposed to do in 15 seconds? 15 seconds is enough time to jot down your ideas. You're not going to be able to write everything you want to say. However, it's enough time to jot down or organize your ideas for your answer for this task. All right. So, what types of questions will they ask you? So, they'll ask you several different types of questions, or they have the possibility of asking you several different types of questions. They could ask you an agree or disagree question. They could ask you a preference question, what you prefer. They could ask you a description and explanation question. They could ask you an advantages and disadvantages question. What are some of the advantages or disadvantages of a particular situation or scenario? They could ask you a multiple choice type question, and they could ask you a choice question where they give you three choices. Okay. Now, what's most popular is the agree or disagree question and the preference question. These are the most popular types of questions. But it is possible that you could take an exam that asks one of these other types of questions as well. All right. So let me give you an example of an agree or disagree question. The question states, do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Students should continue to communicate with their teachers even after graduation. Explain your reason using specific details and examples. Okay, so that's what they want you to do. They want you to explain your reason using specific details and examples. All right, so let me give you a few suggestions on how you could answer such a question. The first thing you want to do is start with if you agree or disagree right away. The first few words out of your mouth should state whether you agree with the statement or you disagree with the statement. Okay? Additionally, you want to mention the number of reasons you have that support why you feel this way. Okay, so remember, you're supposed to give reasons using specific details and examples. So you want to mention maybe how many reasons you actually have that supports why you feel the way you do. All right. So, for example, you could say something like, I disagree with the statements that students should continue to communicate with their teachers even after graduation. I have two reasons for this. My first reason is there's no benefit to communicate with teachers. They won't have time to talk to you, and you will give some details about that. My second reason is because maybe you won't have time to talk to the teachers, and you will give some reasons for that. Yes? So you want to give the reasons And you want to answer the question, I'm sorry, and you want to give the reasons why you have this opinion. All right. So remember, I told you you have 15 seconds to prepare your answer. The first thing you want to decide is if you agree or disagree. So you want to jot that down really quickly on your paper because you're going to be able to take notes. Whether you're at the testing center or you're taking the home edition, you're going to be able to, jot down a few notes. So you want to jot down whether you agree or disagree with the statement first. Then you want to give your reason one, no time. Then you want to give your reason two, no time from the student. For example, yes, there's no need for a conclusion. You want to state how you feel. You want to give your reason number one. You want to give your reason number two. That's during your 15 seconds of preparation. All right. Got another example for you. An example of a preference question. Remember, it's possible that they would ask you a question about what you might prefer. So the question states, some people prefer to send text messages, while others prefer to make phone calls. Which do you prefer? Explain your reason using specific details and examples. So you want to be sure that you give what you prefer or you say what you prefer. Then you want to give your reasons to support that. Okay? So as far as suggestions go, I suggest that you start with your answer right away. State right away what it is that you prefer. Okay. So, for example, maybe you might say, or maybe I might say, for example, I prefer to send text messages instead of phone calls. I feel this way for two reasons. The first reason is I have children and my children make noise in the background, so I don't distract anyone. I prefer to send text messages. Secondly, because it saves time. If I accept a phone call, that usually takes a lot of time away. So I prefer to send text messages because I can send the message, I can put my phone down and go on to do what I was planning to do next. Yes. So obviously you're going to give more reasons and more specific details with that answer. However, you want to be very clear from the very beginning which one you prefer. And then you want to mention how many reasons you have that support why you feel this way. All right. During that 15 seconds of preparation, on your little notepad or your paper that you'll have, you want to jot down really quickly what you prefer. So in this case, I would write text mess. Yeah, TEXT mess. That's short, right? Just shorthand what my preference is. Reason one, noisy kids. Reason two, saves time. Yeah, so no need for a conclusion. When it's time for me to speak, I'm going to speak about what I wrote down in my 15 seconds of preparation. This helps me to organize what I want to say. All right. So I have a few tips and tricks that I want to share with you guys about task one, speaking task one. Okay. The first thing is you want to use simple vocabulary. There's absolutely no need to use large words. If you use large words, specifically large words that you are unfamiliar with, you run the risk of saying the word wrong or using the word wrong. And you don't want to do that. So you want to stick to vocabulary that you already have. There's no need to use large words or words that you are unfamiliar with, and you run the risk of using it the wrong way. Another thing is to be sure to smoothly transition between your examples. Yes? So remember, you're supposed to give reasons and then you want to give examples, specific details and examples to support those reasons. First of all, or first off, secondly, third of all, thirdly, you want to smoothly transition. It needs to be clear that you're moving on to the next reason or the next detail. Afterwards, you want to use natural space fillers between your words if it's necessary. Long, You don't want to do that. You want to use natural space fillers, a short second to gather your thoughts, a short second to breathe. You can do that. You also want to get straight to the point. Get straight to the point. No need to dance around the question, dance around the answer. You want to get straight to the point. I hear so many responses where the person's talking around the answer, talking around the question. You're wasting seconds. Yeah. They want to know that you can actually speak. You can speak clearly. You can speak coherently. You can use good grammar, all while answering the question. If you use the first 20 seconds to dance around the answer, you're losing time and they don't have a good amount of time to evaluate what you're saying. Yes, so you want to get straight to the point about, in this case of a preference question, about which one you prefer and the reasons why you prefer that. Last but not least, you want to give a personal example when you can. Yes. So I could use the example about when my son was an infant. I was in the middle of talking to a friend on the phone. And as I was holding him, he just started crying out the clear blue sky and he disrupted the conversation. Yeah. So for this reason, I prefer to send text messages. I don't have to worry about my baby crying in the background and disrupting my conversation or disrupting my friend who I'm talking to on the phone. Yeah. So you want to give personal examples when you can. This helps the raters, both the human rater and the AI rater, rate your speaking task holistically. All right. Now, we're going to get a little bit into understanding the rubric for the speaking section, specifically for task one. They're looking for three main things. The first thing is delivery. Yes, so how do you deliver your answer? You want to use a well-paced flow, you want to use good pronunciation and intonation patterns, and you want to use clear speech. Right? This is key. I also noticed this, that many students, they don't use clear speech. You want to speak as clearly as possible. You don't want to speak very fast, but you don't want to speak very slow either. A natural pace. Yep. Also, they're looking for language use. So they want you to use good grammar, good vocabulary. They want you to also use good sentence structure. All right. And the third thing they're looking for is topic development. They want your topic or your response to be well developed. They want it to be coherent. Does it make sense? Yeah. And they want your ideas to be clear. So these are the things that they're looking for as far as the raters go, the human rater and the AI rater, because there will be one of each, especially with the newest exam. And so with these things, if it's good, then obviously your score is going to be awesome. So that is the end. All right, that's the end of my TOEFL speaking section task 1 video. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I would like you all to follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. I'd like you also to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want you to stay tuned as well for the next video, which is going to be about speaking task 2, which is an integrated task in which you have to listen to an audio and you have to read a short passage in order to answer the question. Thank you, everybody. Please subscribe to the channel and I'll see you next time.